welcome to another day of the one and only Ruby. This is the chapter we're starting with today. It's called After. 2 days later, we fell behind again, Mama and me. That's what had happened. One shot, like a crack of thunder. A rock split in two, like a heart breaking. After Mama died, I lay by her side in the blistering sun. I would stay, I decided, until our bones turned white together. The two bulls. As I lay there out of nowhere, two young bull elephants darted from a clump of trees, galloping toward me. Up, little one, the larger one urged, nudging me with his trunk. You've got to hurry. They're coming for the tusks. The tusks? Her tusks. I didn't move. No! The smaller one cried as another shot rang out. They both pushed me hard with their tusks. Now, if you want to live, the smaller one yelled again. And I suppose some part of me did, because at last I stood and followed them to safety in the trees. We waited silently while the poachers did what they'd come to do. The bulls made sure I couldn't see what was happening. But I didn't need my eyes to know. For another day, those two bulls, I never did find out their names, tried to look out for me. But they were young, and they didn't know the first thing about caring for a baby. They had no milk to give me, of course, no way to really help. Still, they tried. They sheltered me from the worst of the heat. They told me wild stories about the trouble they'd gotten into. There was a lot to tell. They promised me I would be all right. How kind they were, those two. I was so sad, so scared, and they kept me from giving up completely. I just wish I'd had a chance to thank them. Not a bird. The next morning, it swooped from the sky. It wasn't a bird. I knew that much. A huge insect, maybe? One with big, stiff wings. It made a thud, thud, thud sound, like a slow stampede. The bulls looked at each other, and I saw their terror. Naya, said the larger one, we have to run. But I began just as the giant bug dropped close, churning up clouds of dust. The bulls were already running. One went right, one went left. I didn't know which to follow, and as the insect dipped even closer, I couldn't move. I felt like a tree rooted to the ground. Fear can make you panic, but sometimes it floods your body like cobra venom and leaves you frozen. I watched helpless as the insect settled on the ground. The insect, just a few elephant widths away, there it was, with wings, like giant flat thorns. Its body was mango-shaped, and its tail didn't move. It hummed to itself, and the ground vibrated beneath my feet. I shivered at the memory, and oh, it smelled so awful. The insect had something inside it moving quickly. Three humans leapt out of its stomach. They were heading toward me. I jerked my head left, right. I watched as one of the humans raised a stick. It was black and long, glinting in the sun. She pointed it directly at me. Pain. A sharp noise came, then an echo, and a burning feeling in my left flank. It wasn't too bad, really, so I tried to move. But with each step, my feet grew heavier, until the ground seemed to call to me. Naya, it's saying, just rest for a moment. Just for a moment. Just for flying. When I woke, my body felt heavy as a mountain. My legs were bound. I couldn't move. I could barely open my eyes. Somehow, the humans had loaded me into the insect's belly. With the four of us squeezed inside, it headed toward the clouds. Was it really possible? Could I, a baby elephant, be flying through the air like a bird? I felt something on my side. It was one of the humans patting me gently. I think he was saying things too, but I couldn't hear over the throbbing noise of the insect. We landed a short time later with a big old thump. The insect fell silent and the humans jumped out. Through my half opened eyes, I caught a glimpse of dirt and grass and more humans. But where was I? Was I anywhere near my herd, my old life? Could I find them again? Could I find my way to freedom? I remembered the bulls I'd seen play fighting. I was tiny compared to them, and I had no tusks. I tried to trumpet. I sounded a little like a sad little toad. I thought of Mama. What was the point in fighting anyway? I closed my eyes and tried not to remember Mama's warm body lying next to mine as the life slowly vanished from her. Another trip. More humans appeared, and there was much talking and hand waving. Some joined me inside the insect, others waited nearby. They pushed, they pulled, they made loud, angry noises, and sure enough, they began to move me out of the insect onto a new place, another different creature. This one was grumbly and stinky. Its back was flat and it had 4 round feet. I didn't even try to fight. My legs were tied, my body was weak, and there was nowhere to go. And so I went on another strange ride in what turned out to be called a truck. At least this one was on solid ground, something I understood. 4 foul-smelling humans sat next to me. I could smell the savannah, too dusty and familiar. I could not smell my herd. But I did smell elephants. The longer we moved, the more I began to sense other elephants nearby. Where, I couldn't be sure, but they were close. When we finally stopped, the place reeked of humans, but it also smelled like me, like baby elephants. Lots and lots of them. So tomorrow, come back and we'll learn more about Ruby. Bye.